Hello everybody, my name is Axel.
I'm Sean.
And today we are here at Thorpe Park in Staines, which is just outside of London. I've been here once before, it was about 10 years ago now. And Sean, how many times have you been here?
Loads.
It's been here loads since being a child. Exactly. But today we're joined by our friend Aaron as well. All of us are going to be going around Thorpe Park, getting in all the major attractions and everything else we can. This is day 1 of 2, so let's do this.
Thorpe Park Resort, home to
The world's first horror movie themed roller coaster, Saw the Ride.
one of the tallest water rides in Europe, Tidal Wave.
The UK's only winged coaster, The Swarm.
The world's first 10 looping roller coaster, Colossus.
The fastest roller coaster in the UK, Stealth.
Amongst many more unique rides, roller coasters and attractions. During our visit, Thorpe Park Resort are running their new for 2022 summer Carnival event. In this vlog, we will be joined by our friend Aaron to experience the Carnival event, along with its exclusive scare maze, Breakout at Bozos, and all of the roller coasters, rides and attractions that Thorpe Park Resort has to offer across our 2-day visit.
First ride of the day is Stealth.
Hands back, face forwards, hold on tight and brace yourself. Brace yourself. 3, 2, 1.
Stealth. When Stealth first opened in 2006, it was the fastest and tallest launch coaster in all of Europe, and it is still the UK's fastest roller coaster. For our first ride of the day, and to wake us up, we prepared to experience the brake horsepower of 2 Formula 1 cars. This hydraulic launched roller coaster will propel riders from 0 to 80 miles per hour in less than 2 seconds, and up a hill of 205 feet high.
Okay, so what do you think about Stealth?
Absolutely, for the first ride that we go on, it's absolutely amazing. Wakes you up. Look at that. You tell me what you can't see that is amazing.
I really love Stealth. It's great.
For a first ride in the day, it's there to wake you up. And that's exactly how you feel after that ride. Awake. I've never really been a massive fan of launch coasters where it just goes up and down like that.
Sorry, as well. When you know when you're going over the first turn, your belly kind of goes.
I've never really been fans of roller coasters where it just goes up and down, because it's like, you know, I always want a little bit more to it. But for what it is, it's good. There was no queue whatsoever. So with it being a walk-on, it's totally worth it. If I was waiting 50 minutes, I don't think it'd, you know, be as much of a rush, because I'm hyping it up too much. But if you're just stepping straight onto that roller coaster, it's fast, it's powerful, and it's a great start to the day.
And it's a reliable roller coaster as well. Like you're not going to go wrong. I think that's my personal opinion. You're not going to go wrong on it.
Except when you roll back. You can roll back on that roller coaster.
I think that's the fear though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That is the fear. That's what makes your belly go.
Walking into this area of the Swarm. High risk of abduction in here, so let's be careful. Yeah. There's half a plane, there's ambulances. And what's that up there? It's a swarm. Oh my god. Aaron, did you hear the swarm?
Yep.
Sean, did you see the swarm?
I did. It was terrifying.
We need to fight back.
Swarm. In a post-apocalyptic world, Thorpe Park is under attack from a flying alien race. We step onto Swarm Island to witness this devastation. From an abandoned church station, we'll burst through a surviving billboard, fly under a crashed plane wing, narrowly escape the rotating blades of an abandoned helicopter, and skim past an explosive fire engine. Riding on the wings of either side of the track, the swarm flies at speeds of 59 miles per hour and pushes you to G-forces of 4.5 Gs, with nothing above or below you but air.
What did you think about Swarm?
I went on it like 10 years ago, and honestly, it's just a lot better than I remember. I thought it was so smooth. So I enjoy smooth roller coasters. I hate ones that like bang your head about. And like the lift feels rapid, and then you get there, and then there's that turn, and when you sat on the outside, you just get flown over. Oh, it's so fun, really fun. Shorter than I remember as well. I remember it being a bit longer, but I think I don't like roller coasters that are too long anymore. I want one where it's like the right time, you know what I mean? The right amount of time. This is I love this roller coaster. I might like more than Colossus now.
So I haven't been on a roller coaster in a while, so it's when a theme park for a while. So like I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to anticipate before I get to the top. And I mean not anticipate, sorry, I'm trying to have an anxiety attack before I get to the top, and then it happens. It all goes away, it's just BAM! I'm going to be saying this a lot of time, but this is my best ride now.
I absolutely love Swarm. It's amazing. At first, when we was getting on, we thought we was going to go on the side that goes underneath when it turns over. But when we was on there and we got to the top, we realised we were going over the top. And I'm so happy that I made that subconscious decision. I didn't even know I was going to go that way. The ride itself, because I went on it once before, years ago, because I've only ever been to Thorpe Park once before, and it's 100 times better than I remember. I absolutely love it. With every single roller coaster, I always say that it could do with being a little bit longer. That being said, for what it is, it's absolutely amazing. I love that ride. Best ride on park, saying that I've only been on 2 up to now. Also, I don't even think if we mentioned that I was on front row of Swarm and my eyes was watered by the end of that. It was just a stream of water. Oh man, loved it though.
The Walking Dead, the ride. From the moment you join the queue line, you are supposed to leave Thorpe Park behind and step into an immersive episode of the world-renowned horror TV show, The Walking Dead. This indoor roller coaster advertised live action roleplay, with terrifying actors and an immersive pre-ride show. An indoor roller coaster that was themed to a zombie outbreak? How could this possibly disappoint?
So The Walking Dead the ride. Outside of it says it may feature live actors. I'll tell you first of all, there was not one live actor in our run. Maybe they have them there just at Halloween, maybe they have them there, I don't know when they have them there, but I'll tell you one thing, they wasn't there. Now obviously you've got the queue, which there was no queue minutes for, and once you get into the experience, firstly when you're in that holding room, the waiting room, it sets the story up well. I love that. Once you then go starting the experience and you're walking through the first corridors, I think that it creates a good atmosphere. It builds you up, it creates a good bit of tension. The only issue is that there's no scare actors jumping out. Obviously by the time you get to the ride, you're a bit like, oh well, you know, I was expecting something, it was building me up, I was expecting something, and there wasn't anything there. That said, the sound effects, the atmosphere, the ambience, it was like a real scare maze, so they did that really well. The ride itself, I think, was very well themed. It was a bit tame. You know, it could have been a bit faster. I like Crush's Coaster in Disneyland. If you've ever been on that, I know it spins, but it's it's got a bit more force to it, and that's a children's ride or a family ride. Whereas in there, it ain't really got much force, it's just got good themed sections. The ending, you know, is some good theming when you're walking out, but again, nothing really happens, so, you know, it's not one of the best here. I just think that it needs, you know, it needs what it advertises, at least one scare actor.
It's like Ride the Walking Dead used to be called X No Way Out, and they've done a few things to it since, in like 15 years, they keep refurbishing it, and since it went backwards in the dark, I would say that's probably the best they've done with it so far, because they've put it back into the dark, they've given it a bit of theming. Like, you used to just stop where you stopped for no reason, you know what I mean? So now there's sort of a reason for that. Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but like, there was no queue, and you know, I'm quite impressed with what they've done with it. It was a good experience. Would have been better if there was some live actors in there, really. But yeah, I thought it was good. I quite enjoyed it because it's obviously nostalgia, isn't it?
I don't have a review.
Was it that bad?
Was that bad? No, I just thought it was, like you said, he was an excellent Sean said. It hyped you up so much at the beginning, and then as you're expecting someone to come out and go, yeah, that's what you want, and then you get onto the ride and it's like,
no release on the nebulizer.
Saw the Ride. Based on the infamous horror movie franchise, this themed roller coaster goes further than any vertical drop ride has gone before. After a terrifying indoor section, a 100-foot drop awaits the riders, then the roller coaster car plummets through free fall at 55 miles per hour. We were about to endure 4.7 G-forces, the highest G-force roller coaster ride at Thorpe Park Resort.
Saw the ride. We queued for about 50 minutes for that ride altogether. Again, as with every ride here at Thorpe Park, I think they could all do with being like 20 or 30 seconds longer. Before that ride actually goes outside, there's an indoor area, and I think that, for me, is the best part of the ride. It is a very good beginning, and that slow turn upside down is fantastic. That said, the rest of the ride is amazing. It's very like, you get a lot of adrenaline from it. On rides where you go up vertically, I do not like that. For some reason it petrifies me. So that adds to it. I think the ride itself is well themed, but the queue line, spending 50 minutes in a queue line like that, you know, there's nothing to look at apart from bushes, and that's the only thing that winds me up, because, you know, you get bored, you get tired, you know, the immersion's gone, right? And then you get to it and you're like, right, now it's time to, you know, for Saw, but for 50 minutes, you lose immersion there, you know, and from the moment I see this sign and this ride, I want to be immersed in the Saw experience. And especially when I'm in the queue, that is where you build and hype me. And in that one, there's just a few mannequins laying around here and there. They need to do a bit more in the queue. As far as the ride, considering it's like more than 10 years old, 12 years old, I think it still runs amazingly. It's smooth, it's fast, it packs a good punch, and yeah, especially when you're in like an odd group, there's three of us all sitting together, which is something obviously always good and always enjoyable. But Saw, yeah man, loved it. It's up there.
I thought Saw lived up to what I remembered it. I've been on it, I think I went on it when it first opened actually, about 15 years ago. Maybe a little bit sooner than that, I can't remember it. But it's a really good ride. I love the drop. Like honestly, when you're going up that lift hill, you're just like, it's as scary as the drop, because you're just like leaning back with all your weight on the back of the roller coaster. I feel like you're about to drop off. Yeah, I always like, I've not been here in a while, so you do forget all the layouts of the ride, so it is sort of like going on them again for the first time a little bit, which I'm really enjoying. Because normally when I come to Thorpe Park, I know exactly what's coming next, so I'm getting a bit of a surprise. Like, I don't remember Saw having all those twists and turns in it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a great roller coaster. Not my favourite. My favourite's still Swarm. I just loved how smooth it was. But this is good.
The only disappointment about that ride was the waiting in the queue and the fact there was anything around you to interact with you. It's like we were making our own jokes. The most exciting thing about the queue was 2 missing kids. So when we were in the queue, these police, the theme park police, was cutting through. Axel was in the middle of making a video of the mannequins. Turned round and there they are in his face. The dude says, "Are you X mark and are you X mark?" And they were like, "Yep, you're missing kids. Let's go." Imagine that. They've probably been coming from the hotel or something, snuck in, and they had to check out. The mum sat in the car park waiting for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, more than likely.
But yeah, back to the ride. The ride in itself, like in the inside, was perfect. As a first timer at Thorpe Park, I think I'm actually really enjoying my day, and I've not had fun like this in a while. So I'm very happy, very happy.
All right, beers and food it is.
Beers and food, hot dog.
Let's go.
To the music, like I wanted it to.
Trailers. Breakout at Bozos. This is an upcharged scare maze.
Breakout at Bozos is at Thorpe Park as part of their summer Carnival event for 2022. This scare maze is a twist on their award-winning attraction known as Trailers. It was an upcharge of £4 that advertised madness and mayhem around every corner in an unpredictable and chaotic experience as you venture through a series of classic movies featuring devilish dolls, devious dentists, and of course, zombie clowns.
By my very high standards of scare mazes, this did not meet it. I've been to many scary scare mazes. This was not one of them. I'll give it the actors were quite interactive. And they did a good job, but you know, for all the space they had in there, it was a bit tame. I suppose it's aimed at children though, isn't it? So if you're a kid going in there, you'd probably be scared out your wits. But I just sort of like thought it was a bit jumpy, not scary.
So like it says here, like scare rating isn't that great, but the Century is probably not the same as the Scare, to be honest with you. Like, because there was no, like Sean said, all the actors were in your face and like do things, but you could see everything anyway. Because of all the strobe lights, you could literally see everything anyway. So, also they mentioned that Bozo was supposed to be in every single movie. I didn't even see it once.
Breakout at Bozos. It is an upcharge attraction. £6 normally, I believe, for the normal paying guest. For ourselves today it was £4 because we are staying at the hotel. That being said, if there is a scare maze on park, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be going in it. I'm going to be experiencing it because it is my thing. Every single time it's Halloween, myself and Sean do a Halloween tour in the Northwest, and we'll be reviewing every single scare maze. So of course, as Sean said, we do have a high standard. It is aimed at families with children as well, and so that's why I think it is a little bit more tame, which it definitely is. The sensory factor, of course, is going to be quite high because you've got strobe lights, you've got smoke, loud noises, people screaming in your face. I think that, well, we've come at 20 past 4 on a Wednesday, is when we've come. As I'm walking through, I feel like there's areas where we're missing actors. I feel like there should have been more in there, more actors. I don't know whether because that's the day or the time that we're here. It does say it's open from 1 till 5, so you know.
Not to mention as well, the first lady, she was proper into it, wasn't she? Like she was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was really into it, and that's the energy you need. So we did go in with massive energy. So I believe that's it.
I mean, the actors were great.
Yeah.
I just think that there should have been more of them.
Yeah.
And that being said, there could have been some better scares. But yeah, it's, you know, if we had to rate it out of a 10, it's a 6.
Yeah, 6 at best. 6 at best, I'd say.
It's good. I don't know. I suppose it's worth £4.
Yeah.
It's worth £4.
Yeah.
I won't pay any more than that.
Hello. Come back here afterwards.
Rumba Rapids. Rumba, 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 rumba. We're going into the dark. Whoa! Whoa!
Derren Brown's Ghost Train, Rise of the Demon. A virtual reality experience that takes a modern approach to the classic Ghost Train. It emphasises to bring together live action, a virtual reality experience, and a hologram of Derren Brown himself. This scary ride is said to be unlike any classic Ghost Train. Will it live up, and will it provide the scares?
Alright, Derren Brown's Ghost Train, what do you think of it, Aaron?
Everything was broke. Literally, I had to hold the VR headset on my face just to see anything.
Yeah.
And it was just hyped up for no reason.
Fair enough. So did you not enjoy it?
No.
Not one bit?
I mean, there was a few jump scares in there, but that was about it, really.
So you didn't like it? Fair enough. Derren Brown's Ghost Train?
Didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't have working headset. Didn't have working headphones. Yeah, a bit jumpy, I imagine, because of all the screams going on around me, but I didn't see or hear any of them, so...
And when I looked to my left, Axel wasn't even there. Then I looked to my right, Sean wasn't even there.
That's the magic of VR. Now, I love a good classic Ghost Train. Being a child, I was lucky enough to go to Blackpool Pleasure Beach every year with my family. And as we all know, at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, you've got the oldest Ghost Train there. That Ghost Train is what I think every other Ghost Train needs to live up to, or that's like the bar. If it's not as good, obviously when it's like touring fairground Ghost Train, right, I'm not too like, you know, critical of them. But when it comes to a static Ghost Train, then I'm very critical of that. Now, Derren Brown's Ghost Train is a completely different take on the Ghost Train, as he clearly states at the beginning anyway, and because obviously it's based on VR and everybody knows that anyway. I love multimedia performance, contemporary theatre and things along those nature, so I thought mixing a Ghost Train with VR would be amazing, intense, immersive, next level. I think it was barely a good start for what it could be, and that's being generous. Yeah, I was expecting a lot. I'd hyped it up myself a lot, but if you've got a ride like that, yeah, where it's all based on VR, you need to make sure that your VR is working perfectly. One earphone that doesn't work, one bit of headphones or goggles not fitting properly, one bit of uncomfortableness, and the whole experience is ruined and thrown off when it comes to VR. You know, has it got potential to be something better? 100%.
Especially with the visual effects, you know.
My favourite bit about that is when it's moving on the screen, you feel like you're on a train and it's moving. I like that. I like the feel of the bumps and everything. Has it got potential? Yeah. Is it good? Not really. Not really. And obviously Darren Brown at the end saying, you know, 4, 3, 2, 1, you're back or whatever he says. It's a bit like, was that it? And at the end, if you don't want spoilers, skip it by about 30 seconds. At the end, you go into a like fake shop. So you walk out, every ride usually ends in an exit through the gift shop fashion. So you walk into a gift shop, you know, you're looking at some t-shirts and that, you think it's over, but you're liking, you stop.
No, that was the photo of it.
Oh, was that the photo of it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, something happens and you stop there, and then there is a live actor there, whereas the walking that didn't have any. Derren Brown's Ghost Train, the VR experience, actually had a live actor. And for me, I understand it's a VR experience, but the live actor was my favourite part of the ride.
Nemesis Inferno. Thorpe Park's only inverted roller coaster. This is a new twist on its sibling roller coaster, Nemesis at Alton Towers. Bursting through the fiery pit at the heart of a steaming volcano, Nemesis Inferno takes an iconic thrill ride and turns up the heat. With your legs hanging freely below you on this inverted coaster, you spin, dive and swoop at around 750 metres of twisted steel track, and it reaches speeds of up to 50 miles per hour.
Alright, Nemesis Inferno, what's your thoughts, Aaron?
My first thought was, it told me it was a 35-minute queue, and it wasn't. It was only like 25, something like that. So that was good. Now, as you're going in, before, like, there isn't a drop. You're going out of the thingy, coming out of the building, let's say.
Station.
That was all right. It was entertaining, and then we went up, and I remember Axel saying to me on the ride, or if he's forced, then yeah. So we were expecting a bit of force, and then. I wasn't let down, but I wasn't exhilarated. Wasn't like, ooh, you know what I mean? It was, there wasn't no force in the enjoyment, but I see why people would like, yeah, let's do that last, it's fine.
How was your ride on Nemesis Inferno today?
Oh, it was good. It's a bit more jittery than I remember.
Okay.
What do you mean? Oh, right, yeah.
It used to be a bit smoother, but then I haven't been on it in about 10 years. It's about 20 years old. That's to be expected. But yeah, it's good. Like I said, I've forgotten how the track layout is. So at the beginning, it's got a good beginning. I do get what you mean about all the rides are a bit short, but I sort of like that as well.
Yeah, because then you're not waiting in another queue. You're not like getting.
Yeah, get in, get out. And
Exactly.
I don't get as queasy as I do on like some Blackpool rides. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get quite queasy sometimes. Whereas on these, I'm off just as I'm starting to get that queasy feeling. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I think I've got the same issue as the first time I was at Thorpe Park, and I've started to remember it, and that was that not many rides give me like that airtime feeling in my stomach. You know where like your stomach turns. I don't get that from many rides here at Thorpe Park. Saying that, obviously I am enjoying it and I do enjoy it, but it's a bit different Thorpe Park because you don't get that in your belly. But the reason why I've thought that is because the very beginning of Nemesis Inferno, I did get that because it's a pre-ride section where it comes out of the station, as Aaron said, and it goes round before it goes into the lift hill.
Speeds off, don't it?
And so yeah, when it comes out and it does that little drop, my stomach went, and that's when I said to Aaron, if this ride has force, then it could be better than the Nemesis. And so of course it has got force, but for me it doesn't feel half as forceful as Nemesis. Whether that's because it's above ground and Nemesis is below ground, whether it's the surrounding, I don't know. Aside from that as well, Nemesis at Alton Towers has a lot more theming than Nemesis Inferno. I feel like that adds to the experience more, do you?
A little bit.
You know Nemesis at Alton Towers has more theming than that.
Yeah, but you can't really, it doesn't affect the ride itself. You know what I mean? I get what you mean though.
Yeah.
There's a whole octopus, isn't there?
Yeah.
On Nemesis.
Yeah.
Some rides have been better than Alton Towers. Some rides have been better in Thorpe Park and Alton Towers.
The Black Mirror Labyrinth. We were about to enter the unnerving near future and be absorbed by the UK's first Black Mirror experience at Thorpe Park Resort. This twisted, sensory-defying maze puts you at the core of the Black Mirror universe, and it wants to keep you there.
Black Mirror guys, what do you think?
Oh, it's just
about
rubbish.
2 minutes, turn off and turn back on again, and it should spit your card back out, okay?
It does not deserve a full-blown review.
No,
from
I mean
each
the best
of us.
part was where we got lost, and we didn't even do it on purpose, but we got lost. I mean,
Absolutely rubbish. You know, I like the fact that Thorpe Park are focusing on experiences as well as roller coasters. That being said,
the
it's not great.
experiences are not great, so
Man, it's not great. You know, I'm glad that it was a 5-minute wait. Once again, it was nothing special. So Samurai, we've just come off it now, and it's nothing to boast about. It's nothing to brag about. I don't want to really talk about it that much. If you've ever been on Bling in Blackpool when that was there, Bling is like 10 times better than that. It's too slow, and I didn't really get many rotations on it. I literally got one good rotation where, you know, that like feeling it gives you going up and round and over. I got that once. The rest of the time, I just felt like it was slow going round. It's, I don't know, it's not great.
you know what? I actually enjoyed the Samurai ride. It wasn't it wasn't what it was hyped up to be, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, like Axel said, we only had a couple of good rotations, and I believe if you sat in the middle, you kind of got the force of it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there was a difference there. But yeah, it's very intimate, so if you sat next to somebody you don't know, you have to tell them, hi, how you doing, you okay? It was literally like I was stroking the guy's hand. He's very hairy as well. It was like with cat. Yeah, it was a bit weird, but yeah, that's all I can say about it really.
Fair enough.
Right, so, a little bit of a story time here. When I was in school, one of my friend's sisters, I can't remember her name now, I think it was Lauren, she was on Samurai, and the seat lifted up when she was up there. She had to like pull it down, and she got like a lifetime ticket or like a year ticket for Thorpe Park or something. So I've always been a bit apprehensive about going on that ride. And when I was on it, the seat started clicking. So I was like absolutely petrified. I was like, oh my god. And I looked round and Axel's just there like he's taking a lewd.
How is it?
Like he popped a load of Quaaludes. Honestly.
You didn't tell us this before we went on the ride, Sean.
I wouldn't want to scare you.
How was your ride on it anyway?
It was alright. It was a bit boring to be honest.
It's a bit tame, innit?
Yeah, if it was faster, I believe it would have been.
Yeah, it should have been a bit faster. It was a bit tame. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the best ride. Not by a long shot.
Colossus. Celebrating its 20-year anniversary in 2022, Colossus boasts an exhilarating 10 inversions, including a vertical loop, a cobra roll, a double corkscrew, and the UK's only quadruple barrel roll. When Colossus first opened in 2002, it held the Guinness World Records for the most looping roller coaster in the world, and held this record until 2013. Colossus now stands proudly amongst the top 10 roller coasters with the most inversions worldwide.
Alright, what did you think about Colossus?
Love Colossus, one of my all-time favourites. I found out today that it's his 20th anniversary this year, so I'm 10 years older than Colossus. That means it would have opened when I'm 10, and I distinctly remember coming to this park when I was about 12, 13 years old. It was about 2-3 years after it had been opened, and loving Colossus. I've always loved Colossus, and I still love Colossus, but it does beat you up when you're on it. It's like you're stepping in the ring with Bobby Lashley when you get on Colossus. Absolutely beats you down. But it is still one of my favourites, still one of the best rides in Thorpe Park. I just think I prefer things like Swarm because it's a little bit smoother. But Colossus is a great ride, love it, really fun. And we just walked straight on today, walked straight on. It was no queuing whatsoever, so that made everything a little bit easier. And yeah, just it's one of them rides. I'm always going to love Colossus.
Colossus, of course, is an absolute classic of a ride. That being said, Sean, do I normally like rides that have a bit of roughness to them?
You love them. You say, I want to feel like I've just been in a fight when I get off a roller coaster.
I don't go that far. What I do say is I don't mind a ride that's a bit rough. Like in Fusion, for example, to me, I don't understand what the big issue is about it, yeah? Any wooden roller coaster at Blackpool, I don't understand, you know, I like a bit of a rough ride sometimes. Smooth ones, yeah, I welcome them. But a roller coaster to me is a bit rough and bumpy. That thing hurts. It hurts your ears, it hurts your chest. I don't know what they need to do to that ride to fix it. Whether it is retracking, whether it is new trains, I don't know. I know it's 20 years old, but I've been on rides that are 20 years old and more, and they do not hurt me that much. I ain't want to complain normally about how a roller coaster feels, but Colossus kicks the living hell out of you. So if you are going to ride it, be prepared, yeah? Colossus.
Right, so Colossus, the only thing I can say about Colossus, because everybody's already said the same thing, it was a brilliant ride, but the fit was quite struggle to get in. Like you couldn't move your knees, you could not move your knees. I was fearing for my phone. My phone was in my pocket. By the end of the ride, it was halfway out. You know what I mean? It was going to snap in half. But other than that bad experience, I really enjoyed Colossus, and I can see why it's still around 20 years after it was built.
And that about ended day one at Thorpe Park Resort. Of course, we had a few more drinks and did some more re-rides on Soar, Swarm, and finished off the day the way we started it, on Stealth. We were still yet to brave the wave of Tidal Wave and do many more of the flat rides on Park. This was all ready for us to experience on day 2 at Thorpe Park. On day 2 we didn't record as much, but we did record reviews of the rides that we've not already been on, some updates and some bits from around the park.
It's Rush. Let's do it.
Thorpe Park has a wide range and quite a variety of flat rides. Rush, Vortex, Quantum, Zodiac, Detonator,
2, 1.
and Samurai.
A lot of theme parks in the UK miss flat rides. Alton Towers, for example, it's got one or two. Blackpool has a few more, but it feels like theme parks don't really care for flat rides. And I think that it's good. It splits people up. It's a different experience.
We love to see such a great selection of flat rides at any theme park, especially next to such an extensive amount of quality roller coasters.
The last 30 minutes I spent doing flat rides. What are they called, Sean?
Vortex,
Quantum.
and Zodiac.
Vortex is cool, every single one spins around though. Zodiac is the most sickening ride, that gives you know.
Yeah, you're going just like that. G's forces, oh my god. I felt so sick after that, and then we went straight on Quantum. It just took absolutely ages to get up and running.
Yeah, it did, because I don't know why, but the fact is that they were checking those bells so many times. I was like, what's
We
wrong?
do know why.
What's wrong with the ride? Yeah, they kept saying, are you sure it's down? Are you sure it's down? I said, you tell me if it's down.
But I think we went on them in the order of what I liked. Vortex was probably my favourite. I felt like it was good, made me feel a bit sick, had good G-forces, and it was like, it was a bit breezy, so it's a hot day, so it's like, oh, this feels nice.
Yeah, it's hot today and it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's a lot hotter. Sun's out, sure. Sun's out, guns out, boom! Zodiac, that was alright.
Made Sean feel sick, he wanted to sit down, so he sat down on Quantum.
Yeah, we sat down on Quantum. And to be fair, we were sat there for about 10 minutes before anything happened.
Next ride, Detonator. Boom, boom. But all I remember from that is it absolutely terrified me for some reason.
It's a lot higher than you think it's going to be.
Yeah, one, it's a lot higher than you think it's going to be. And I mean, it's not as big as Ice Blast in Blackpool. And Ice Blast is a shot tower, but shot towers always terrified me more than any roller coaster on Park, always. That said, when I was on that, and you're just waiting at the top for it to drop, for some reason I just started getting ultimate anticipation.
Yeah, you do on that.
And when it did fall, what did everyone do, Aaron?
Hey?
What did everyone do when it did drop eventually at the bottom half again?
Because Axel booed himself.
They were all laughing at me because I was obviously made an expression that they found funny. And that's my fear.
Perception was off. But imagine if I got the two.
Aaron, that was absolutely shocking. That was shocking. Sean, he paid, right? He went over, and you know when he did it? Right in the middle there.
Well, no fucking thing. There's perceptions off. I've not got my glasses on.
So we've just come off Angry Birds 4D experience, and they didn't have 3D glasses the day after.
No. At first we went in and we were all sat there saying, well, where's the glasses? They can't say it's 4D with no glasses.
Well, Aaron thought it was.
Aaron thought it was, yeah. That said though, they told us the second projector's not working, therefore we can't make it 3D.
There are many types of roller coasters at this theme park. That was an emotional roller coaster. Amazing.
I mean,
Pigs stole snakes from some birds who couldn't fly. That was a twist I didn't see coming. The pigs could fly, the birds couldn't. Amazing.
yeah, it weren't too bad. They had good smoke effects, light effects, sound effects, movement effects. To be honest, the way the chair moved was the most violent movements of like a cinema. It's, you know, like where they move, where the whole cinema moves. It was so much violent compared to any other one that I'd been to. Whatever show on the time. That said, I think it really needed the glasses to make the experience what it should have been. But I always enjoy like them 4D experiences.
Should have been VR.
Nemesis Inferno. So we've just had another ride on it on the second day. It is closed for a while. Every ride today is 50 minutes, by the way, compared to yesterday it's like half an hour. We had another ride, Nemesis Inferno. Because there was no queue, we just went straight to the front row. And I'm telling you now, that front row ride has changed everything for me. It makes the ride a lot better, I'll tell you that first and foremost. You feel more force, you feel more power. And I like the fact that I can see where I'm going on that ride. I don't know, I just think being on the front row of Nemesis, the ride feels a lot better than Nemesis Inferno. And in that, riding Nemesis Inferno compared to Nemesis at Alton Towers, Nemesis Inferno at the front row puts it on par with Nemesis at Alton Towers. To be honest, I didn't even feel any like head shake or anything on there. It was a great ride.
Told you, Nemesis is great. You believe me? No one does.
It is great.
It's a great ride. As
Love
good
it.
as Nemesis. And yeah, Thorpe Park classic. That one shot is bad.
Tidal Wave. This is no ordinary log flume ride. Tidal Wave promises a splash like no other. From a height of 85 feet, the oversized boats plummet towards the water below. As the boat hits the water, it creates an epic water wave. The results are drenching.
Just been on Tidal Wave. Axel's first ever time on it. I've been on it before.
Smiling now, but if you've seen the photo, I was not smiling on that ride.
He was screaming.
As you've just seen, that was before Tidal Wave. And this is after Tidal Wave.
Please stick to the side.
It's like Valhalla in a second. That's how wet you get. At one point I thought I was fine because we were sat at the very front row. And when the boat goes down and hits the water, you see it all just go around you. And I thought it was fine because it's in a cocoon of water. I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Next thing you know, boosh, you get shook. And this is the end result.
What goes up must come
I'm
down.
not happy about that. I'm not happy. Believe me, I'm smiling now, but I wasn't
was
for the last
hilarious.
5 minutes.
We have finished our 2 days in Thorpe Park. We had a wonderful time, didn't we, Axel?
Absolutely fantastic. Apart from the hotel, Sean didn't like that.
It was shocking.
Don't compare it to Blackpool. Don't compare it to Alton Towers.
What, the park?
Yeah.
The park
Thorpe-
itself?
Yeah.
It's better than Alton Towers.
It's completely
Park
different.
itself- Park itself, right, I'm not having this. Park itself is better than Alton Towers, alright? You've got one of the
It's
tallest roller
completely
coasters
different.
in the UK. Alton Towers, mate, you're going about 10 feet in
You've
the
got
air.
the fastest
every
roller
time.
coaster in the UK.
Got the fastest roller coaster in the UK. Got one of the tallest. You've got Soar. You've got loads of rides. You've got bloody, what's it called? Tidal Wave.
I think it's uncomparable. They're all different and good in their own right.
Just compared to just said that it's worse.
No. It's completely different in its own way. It's good in its own way. It's got things here that you don't have at Blackpool. It's got things at Blackpool that you don't have here and at Alton Towers. And same for Alton Towers for here in Blackpool. So, you know, it's one of the top 3 parks in the UK, and it stands up against them all. It's good. I liked it. And I do want to say, because I didn't mention, the final ride on Colossus yesterday was at Back Row, and it completely changed my mind on that ride once again. I absolutely love it, but I'll only ever try and ride it on the Back Row.
We absolutely loved Thorpe Park. The atmosphere of this theme park is electric. It is so much fun, and the thrills never end. All of the rides are re-rideable, and we just did not want to go home. This park is halfway across the country for us, but for sure we will be trying to get back to Thorpe Park as quickly as we can, and hopefully experience some of its other events such as Fright Nights.
We loved our 2 days up here at Thorpe Park in Staines. Hopefully we'll be back soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe and share to all your friends. We'll see you another time on another day.